Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a little bit different than some of the other ones I've done before because I'm going to do a flight over to Grand Isle, Louisiana. And what I'm going to talk about a lot of things, share a few stories, things like that. And right here, I am in South Lafourche Airport, which is just east of Galliano. And I have the double ender. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this plane and get ready to go. And the reason why I selected the double ender for this flight is because I'm going to land on the beach out there, camp out at night, and leave in the morning. So it's going to be pretty interesting. And with the visibility of this plane, you'll be able to see a whole lot. And I'm also going to share a few things of what I like about this plane. And this is, one of the liveries that came with it. Just nice color. I like it. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started and get the plane ready to go. All right, let's come over here. Avionics. Get all of these magnetos on. I'm going to put these on now. And then let's put the master battery on. Alternator, front, rear, front pump, rear pump. All right, set the altimeter, and also let's take care of this. We don't want anything on here.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar automated weather observation.
Let's get our front fuel selector on both, and rear on both.
Sky condition clear. Temperature
Trim is set to 0.
2.13 Celsius.
Stand by on the transponder. Okay.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar automated weather observation 1400 Zulu.
Wind calm.
Calm. Visibility niner. Sky condition
Altimeter 29902.
Temperature.
We are going to depart south. Oh no, but first let's select the runway. First, let me check to see. This is my first time at this airport, so there's only, two ends of, just one runway here and two ends. So let me take a look, and I'm going to see which ones they are here, so I know. All right, let's just go over here. All right, let's take a look. We have runway 18. Wind is calm, so I could take off on either one. Actually, I'm probably going to be most likely taking off right here, right when I pull on. Being a STOL plane, I could take off right in the middle of the runway in either direction. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put, let's see, what we do here. 36.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, traffic experimental Golf Charlie Tango 1022 is taxiing to runway 36.
Nice view right there. Start the front engine, rear engine. RPMs are alive, so okay, now if I put the headphones on, it's gonna be a lot lower, you see, which we'll probably do that. Got both my vents open to get some air in here and this one here too. Pull the map up. All right. Parking brake is off, and let's get the taxi in. I'm going to pull right onto the runway from this entrance right here. Well, this one here. Kind of hard to see exactly my surroundings. All right, yeah, so it's going to be just on the right, that little entrance right there. So when I turn right here, this next turn here. Stop and hold short, and I'm going to just announce my takeoff. We'll get going. Oh, I also want to mention too that this is not live time, and it's not live weather either. Which is why it's calm for the most part. I doubt it's calm if I put live weather. But weather has been a bit questionable lately down south, you know, through Louisiana, Mississippi. So I went ahead with clear weather so we can see. And I'm going to show you what time it is too. I believe it's like 9:30. Alright, let's hold short right here. And the time is, 9:35. Okay. So let's announce our takeoff now. We're going to be departing south.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, traffic experimental Golf Charlie Tango 1022, taking off runway tree 6 departure to the south.
Alright. So we'll just go ahead and strap in, and we're going to be taking off. And once we get in the air, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the stuff I like about this plane. Alright, plenty enough runway. And it kind of just lifts itself off without any trim or anything. Put these headphones on, be a little bit quieter so you all can hear me better. So, alright, let's climb up. We can climb to about 2,000 feet. And I'm departing south, so we're going to do our turn right now. And notice I'm coming up on 1,000 feet already. So, great climbing power here. Alright, getting there now, so let me go ahead and throttle back, and I'm gonna put this on cruise. Alright, there we go, and we're gonna go on flight director. I'm gonna do a little bit more of a turn out this way because we're gonna go down kind of like where Highway 1 is out there. Is just over here. As you can see, it's a good view of the airport, runway here. So we're gonna just fly along Highway 1 here, south to Port Fourchon. Okay, now let's talk about what I like about the double window. First and obvious is the visibility of this plane is great. Okay, you can really see good out through the fronts, from the sides, all the way back, you know, to somewhat of the rear of the plane. It's just a great view. Next, a STOL plane with dual engines. Dual engine power, front and back. And I like having that because if you have that, you know, if you're trying to land in the middle of mountains or valleys or something, you've got a lot of power right there. Pull out of it. The power to weight ratio is really good with this plane. Really good. And next, the reason is this flight director, which some people you might miss this if you don't know about this plane. Okay, so you can set your altitude, your speed, and just hit flight director, and it'll basically level you off at the altitude you're at and just continue moving in the heading that you're already going, like I am now. And I can just make minor adjustments. As long as I just do minor adjustments, it'll keep that flight director on and continue to fly in that direction. So not totally an autopilot, but kind of like it. Okay? And then right here you have a little bit of control over your props. So right now I just put it on auto, but like if you want to put it on manual, you know, and you take it off, you put this on takeoff power, both engines, or climb, or cruise like I am now, hold, you know, and it'll give you more control over the power your engines are producing when you try to take off or climb and things like that. So that's something too that I like about this plane, you know, and also, you know, the instruments pretty good. You know, it's like you can see everything just right here. This is the front engine, rear engine, your fuel quantity, just everything. You got your Garmin here, so it's and last and as expected, the bush wheels and the STOL capability allows you to land just about anywhere, and that's why we're going to be able to land on the beach. And it's like one of those things where you're going to say, okay, now let's try this with another plane. This one is just really good at it. It's really good at it. Okay, so as you can see up ahead, this is Port Fourchon, and we're going to come a little lower though, because I want to stay at about 2,000, and I'm going to go ahead and do that without slowing down too much. And you can see this highway here, Highway 1, is going straight down to Fourchon, and then you make, once you get over the bridge, you make a left, and you will go follow along, and that'll lead you to Grand Isle. Okay, we're pretty close enough. And now notice it's gonna basically hold me at this altitude for the most part. You know, once you get your speed adjusted properly, it'll hold you just like that. You see now I'm at 2,000, 60 now. So I used to travel down here quite a lot. About 10 years ago, 9-10 years ago, when I worked for the oil field. Hot shot, owner operator. You had a Dodge Ram 1500, brand new. I would drive it out to Port Fourchon, Grand Isle, things like that. Really nice run. And I made that trip several times. Pick off, drop offs, just different things. And you can see why, I'm going to show you in a little while, why the oil field is really, big in this area, because all of the oil rigs that you're going to see when we get up here by the coast. Right now, here's the highway. Notice it goes around right here. There's an exit right here, and it goes straight west onto this highway. This is basically like the old highway. They built these bridges, but they didn't have these here. But now they've been here for at least, I don't know, since 13, longer than that really. But years and years ago, they never even had those bridges. They just had these highways here. Okay, so we're still gaining a little bit of altitude because of my speed, pretty much. So I could just, all I do is just come back a little bit. And notice ahead, up here, all of these dots you see that look like dots here in the ocean, that is the oil rigs. Several out there. And you can see more of Port Fourchon right here. Right here. So what I'm going to do is once I get down here to the coastline, I'm going to make that east turn, and we're going to fly along the beach right there. I'm going to go around and I'm going to land on Elmer's Island, where I'm going to set up a camp, and I'm going to talk about some things too. As we fly over, and then when I'm set the camp, and then I'm going to basically leave the following morning. I'll pick up the camp and we'll leave and depart from there. Okay, now, right here, I remember years ago, 9 years ago, being on this bridge right here, traffic backed up all the way down. I mean, dead stop, to where it's the kind of traffic where you're getting out of your car, you're out of your vehicle, just waiting, what's going on. And down here on this road somewhere, there was an accident with a fatality. Some younger guy in his 40s was killed out there, hit a Peterbilt truck head on some kind of way, okay? And it was really, really long. I was coming out here to do a pickup or a drop off, and below right here you see there's out to your right, this was is a truck stop, like something here. Yeah, right here. I believe right here. So let's go to the side. Yeah, right here. And there's a little restaurant there, so still waiting for things to clear up. My fiance was with me, so he pulled on in here and ate at this little cafe or whatever, diner that was at that truck stop. Decent food. And eventually it cleared up in after hours, but there was nothing we could do about that. We just kind of had to wait, because as you can see, there's only one highway here, and that's it. Okay, other than right here, but they all lead to the same place. You gotta look at right here. You see, these are all just kind of the same place. So take a look now at Port Fourchon. I'm not going to fly over, but that's all of it right here. And you'll notice me coming up on the beach here. And take a look at all of these oil rigs out here. Now, in Flight Sim, they're showing quite a few there. I don't know if that's accurate or whatever, but there is several oil rigs out there. I'm talking lots of them. So it may not be exactly how it is, but probably pretty close to it. We're talking Port Fourchon here, so there was sometimes when I did pickups when I had to wait. I'd be having to wait for the boat to come back from the rig with the parts that I need to pick up. So, alright, let's do that turn to the east. Still close to about 2,000 feet, which is good. Now you can see up here, I'm going to fly right along this beach right here, and over here we'll be at Elmer's Island, where we plan to land at. I did a similar flight, maybe even 2 of them, some time ago. And I'm going to try to be a little more detailed, but I know I mentioned some things in those flights before, but I'm going to kind of talk about things in detail here. All right, let's go ahead and turn, and we'll kind of follow right along the beach here. If anything, we got a nice view of it. Alright, coming down to 1800 feet. I'm going to slow down a little bit and take the flight director off now. And let's check the trim, and I'm going to put that on 0. Okay, so you can see right here, this is Elmer's Island. And Grand Island's right over here, right across, right there, just to the east. So actually, I mean, even this is part of it, Elmer's Island. Okay, I'm going to slow down a little more here. Get ready to start landing because we are going to land. Just don't try this with other planes other than a bush plane, okay? Okay, I'm going to drop the throttle, come back some more. And another thing I forgot to mention back there about why I like the double ender, because it can go all the way down to like 60 or even a little under without stalling. Alright, I'm going to try to land like right around here. 900 feet. So what I'm going to do, so I can land the way I'm planning to, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just throttle up some. And I'm going to hold my altitude right about here, and I'm going to head west and come back around to the east and land. Give myself a little bit more room, even though I don't probably need it. But I'm just going to do it to ensure a really good landing. It's not hard to fly nice and stable right now because there's hardly any wind. Well, the wind is calm. Alright. Because we are on clear weather and not live weather. I didn't really worry too much about the wind. I just kind of wanted it to be clear. Alright, let's put some flaps in now. Full flaps, slow down. We had just over 100 feet now, so coming down. Perfectly nice and slow. See, we are at 43 miles per hour. We're still not stopping. 30, look at that. Kind of hard not to land well when you can go only 30 miles an hour, right? Okay, so let's get the flaps up. And I'm going to kind of set up camp right around here. So let's go ahead and get the plane parked right about here. without jamming the brakes on too much. Alright, now I'm going to get it shut down. Let's go ahead and get our batteries off first. Forgot to cut my fuel pumps off, but that's okay. And I'll put my fuel selectors on off. Parking brake is set. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, let's go to the drone cam. Speed a little bit, right about here, and then we're going to, I'm going to talk about some things here. Let's go up a little bit. Okay, so, this is Elmer's Island, and if you haven't saw one of my videos from the past, that's been posted some time ago, I talked about how I did a kayaking trip. And what we did, I'm going to show you exactly what we did here. We went and, when I'm talking about me, that's me and my brother-in-law. Okay, what we did, we put in right here, right by this bridge, we put the kayak, we parked and put the kayaks in right here, and we kayaked down this little bayou here, and went straight down all the way here. Fairly short paddle, you know, nice paddle, and we pull right up here with the kayaks. We put them right up here, and then walked across to this to the other side of the beach here, and nice kayak trip. And I do have the video of that very trip on my channel from years ago. I believe like 13 years ago. I don't know. I think it was in 11 or 12 or something. I don't remember, but I will put the link to that video in the description if you want to check that out. Okay? Because it was a fairly fun trip. Okay, so down here, this is Elmer's Island too. This part here is also it. Okay, and I'm going to talk about some more things. First, let's go ahead and we'll get the canopy set up here, and let's do that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the canopy set up here. Got the ice chest out in the chair. Put the windsock down in case I'm going to need that probably later on at some point. Got the tent over here. So, let's get the drone up again. Now, there's a road here, and this road, you can see right there, comes right here to Elmer's Island. Years ago, you know, I mean, this was a long time ago now. I'm talking when I was like, you know, 4 years old, 5 years old, very, very young child. My dad used to bring us out here, me and my sister and that. Used to come out here to do some camping and things like that, and he used to like fishing and stuff. And we'd come down here and spend some time, spend the night, camp out. Some pretty good times. And I remember way back then, we used to go into this road, and when it's up in the front, it goes all the way down to the highway, but you'd go back a little ways off the highway, and it was some kind of like old house or something right there. And they had a little string across the road, like this little line. I mean, I'm talking a little line with a sign on it or something. And some really, really old lady used to come out of there. and we'd pay her just a little bit, a few dollars or something. I don't remember how much, but you pay a small fee, and she would take the lawn off, and you would, come and drive all the way back down the road. And it took a little ways to drive down that road. It seemed like it, so you get a drive from the highway, you come back a mile all the way down here, and then you would pull up out onto the beach. But that's one thing I remember from way, way back then. I'll never forget that they had this, and she didn't really say much. It was kind of weird sometimes because she would just, really old lady. But anyway, that's just something I do remember about coming out here. And all right, so let's go ahead now, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to set up the grill, put a fire going, and get some food cooking. And I will see you all then. Okay, so I have fire going here, got a grill going, cooking some food there, and as you can see out here, you can notice some of the lights on these oil rigs out here. The sun is setting. It is now, just before 8 p.m. So it's 7:55. Nice evening. So another thing I want to mention is my dad told us a story off and on for years. He was always kind of like disturbed, but also thankful about it too. When he was out here one time with us, I think he was out in the water, a little ways out here, fishing. And of course, we were just on the beach here, and supposedly, if you know anything about Grand Isle, you'll know they have undertows out there. And basically, they just suck you under the water. And you don't have to be in deep water. You can be in shallow water. I think he was only up to I don't even think his waist. I think below waist, maybe just a little above the knees, a little higher. But he got caught in an undertow, and it started basically sucking him under the water, and he could hardly get out. And he shared his thought with us, and that thought was, I can't believe I'm going to leave these kids. He basically thought that was it. It was over with. Right then and right there. He didn't think he'd make it out of there, but somehow he was able to pull himself out. He said he don't know how he did it, but he always talked about that and mentioned how strong it was, just pulling him like a suction, just pulling him under. And the reason why he said that, because, when I was 3 years old, I lost my mom. So, this was probably, I want to say maybe a year or so after that. So yeah, that's why his thought was, I can't believe I'm going to leave these kids. And he just talked about how he remembers just looking and seeing us on, the beach there. And I don't really remember. You gotta remember, I was a really, really young boy, a really young child. So I don't remember how far out he was, but I don't think too far. But when you're doing that surf fishing just off the beach, sometimes you're gonna be out a little ways. And there's also drop-offs and things like that too. You'll just be walking and, all of a sudden it just drops. Like, it's just a massive drop, And guess what? I have another story too. I'll have to save it for another video, but I might do a video similar to this. But, oh yeah, it's something that happened to me personally on a kayak trip. Alright, so that's going to just have to be for another video, because it's a little long, alright? Okay, so that's that. And you can see the moon out here. I'm going to go ahead now and hop in the tent, and I will see you all in the morning. How you like this view? Ain't this nice? Gotta love it. Okay, rise and shine. And right now, as you can see, it is 6:23 a.m. and some clouds moved in, a little bit of wind coming in from the south, right? So, but decent morning. I slept okay, supposedly. And nice sunrise. Check that out. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is going to go ahead and get in the plane and get it started. And we're going to go ahead and head on back. But before we do that, we're going to fly out here and take a look at some of these oil rigs. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and pick up camp, get everything put away, and I'll hop in the plane and we'll head on out. Okay, everything is put up and we are getting ready to depart and head back to the airport. And isn't this a nice view? I mean, seriously, let's take a, I'm going to take a screenshot right now. Bam. And I might use that for the thumbnail because this, you gotta love it. Look at that. Not like a sunrise over the water and the beach like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and climb aboard and we'll get things ready to go. Start here. And as you can see, the plane is really easy to get going. When I first started flying the double ender, I used to kind of forget to put this on, you know, my fuel selectors on. I'm thinking, why it's not starting? Okay, it would help if you have fuel, right? Okay, so, and as you can see, fuel quantity is still really good. Okay. 12 gallons left, right, 27 auxiliary, right? Not bad. All right, so let me go ahead and get it started now. I think we're good. And we're going to put this on takeoff, manual. Flaps are retracted. Starting engine 1. First of all, did I ever put, yeah, no, I never did. Let's put that. Just make sure we can hear the engines cranking up first. Alright, let's start starting engine 1. Engine 1 alive, RPMs are normal. Engine 2 alive, 1160. Okay. Put those headphones back on. A little light here that you can put on if you ever need, you know, at night or whatever. Let's get the parking brake off and we are going to go ahead and head on back. But first let's check out the oil rigs off the coast here. And you're going to notice how we're going to get off really fast. Just like that. And no trim. Trim is notice how it's set to 0, pretty much. No flaps. Just take it off. And we're also going to want to take a good look at that sunrise. One thing I wanted to mention too about Elmer's Island, it was always rough with the mosquitoes. If you ever go out there, make sure you bring some kind of bug spray at very least. because they are very bad out there. You have a tent and camping out, you'll get into that tent if you're not careful either. But you know, you definitely want to bring some kind of bug repellent spray or whatever you have. We had almost 2,000 feet already, so let's go back. Alright, I'm not going to put the director on because we're just going to kind of fly out here, fly around some of these things. Now, to me, they look like they're awfully close together. I don't think I've seen them like that before, but they might have some that are, but usually I believe they're a little more spread out, but I know there's a lot of them out here. And notice we have a little bit of wind here, just over 7 knots coming out of the south. We're going to do some low flybys of them as well. Now, I suppose you can fly some of the helicopters and land on some of these out here as well. But I've never tried it before, but I'm sure you can. But it may have to be certain ones I don't know. I tried in some other area to land a helicopter on one of these oil rigs and it didn't go too well, right? It's like it didn't have collision detection or something. I don't know, something strange was going on. Alright. Pretty close to these two. So that's how they look here in Flight Sim. You can see the helipad right there. This one looks different. Bigger or something. And look at all of them out here. Loads of them. Okay, let's go ahead and get on up a little bit now. Climb up to about 2,500, maybe 3,000, or maybe even more. I put about 4,000. Let's just kind of level off now because if not, I might, start losing some VFR. So. Let's go ahead. And now let me see exactly where the airport is here. That's it right there. Oh wait, no, that ain't it. That's way up there. Let me look it up really quick here. I'm looking up the code for it, so just bear with me here. KG80. Okay, let's set a direct to that now. Well, it might show. Oh, it's showing up right here. All right, perfect. Activate. There we go. That was easy enough. I didn't even have to waste time looking it up. I didn't even notice the direct to button here on the Garmin. I was about to go back to the main menu. And you can see across this bridge, Grand Isle. You go all the way to the east of Grand Isle, to the far east, and it's the Grand Isle State Park. There's even places to park RVs and stuff out there now. I haven't been out there in a long time, but I used to go there kayaking off and on. And I do remember seeing dolphins out there, or porpoises, dolphins. It's kind of hard to tell between those two. I haven't really looked up much about how you tell the difference between a dolphin and a porpoise, so we're not climbing anymore. Let's drop this down. And I can go ahead and put this now a little bit higher. Throttle up. So this is going good, perfect. A little bit higher than what we were when we first started heading out here. You know, so I did a flight here some time ago in a big giant Dornier Do X flying boat. You know, I mentioned in that video how there's, as you can see, all the waterways out here. There's a lot of good fishing out here if you're into that kind of stuff. That's why they call Louisiana Sportsman's Paradise. That's one reason. And that explains why my dad liked it so much out there, because he really liked fishing. He was really into that stuff. Where I never really was. I'm into boats, things like that, but not fishing. I mean, I had a couple of sailboats, you know, big sailing yacht I had, Hunter 33. I started with a Cal 25 and ended up with a O'Day 22, then a Hunter 33. So yeah, I went from a 22 to a 33. I actually lived aboard that thing for about a year or two. And I had plans for that boat. I wanted to take it over to Bahamas, you know, Florida Keys. Just never did. I mean, I need to now, right? I got a flight sim so I can fly all over the world, even the Bahamas, right? At least I can see it virtually, I guess. All right, so, no, it's not the same, but you know what I mean. Let's zoom up here. If you're a flight sim or you play flight sim or fly the planes, then you'll know exactly what I mean. And we drop it just a little bit, so this is perfect. Let's say -1. 189 feet a minute, 7 feet a minute here. Vertical speed, yep, feet a minute. So that's okay, as long as it's not nothing too drastic. We're holding a 105 airspeed, that's perfect. So yeah, you can just, you're in a fishing boat, so you can just take the fishing boat anywhere out here and just go out through these bayous and just unlimited places to fish at. It doesn't mean you'll catch anything, but you tell me, look at this area. You know, it's like, there's a lot of water. There's going to be fish in a lot of these areas. But you know, there is some of the best spots to catch certain types of fish. Redfish and things like that. I don't want to put this on hold. Alright. Went into a cloud, but not too bad. I mean, I can still see. But yeah, if you like this kind of video, just smash the like button, drop a comment, let me know. Because I do plan on doing a different one, because another one similar, where I can talk about a kayaking incident I had, where I feel I'm lucky to be here now. I think I would have been, I expected to be gone, let's see, 15 years ago. I thought I was going to go on that day, which we'll talk about that. So yeah, if you want to see that video, let me know. But I'm planning to do it. I started to do one like that a while back, but I had some couple of things messed up my video, and so I kind of discarded it. And I was planning to do it again, but I never did do it. So that's why I never did post it. And speaking of videos, they even have videos on my channel of that. How can I say this? That awesome but dreaded day. Okay. All right, I can see the airport right here because it was right on the side of these oil tanks or whatever that is here, chemical tanks. That is part of a Chevron facility right here, from what I understand. Okay, let me take a look at this map a little bit more. All right, we're coming in. Yeah, right here. You can see it right here. I never did request flight following. Oh no. 36.
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, traffic experimental Golf Charlie Tango, 10225 miles southeast, 2,300 feet inbound to land runway 36.
It should be, you're right. Is this the runway? I believe it. It has to be. But it sure had to be. I mean, it's like really dark, isn't it? That cloud is just kind of messing it up. It's right here. Okay, so we can take the flight director off. We're coming in now. No problem. Three sixes on that end there. Oh, you know what? I think I'm not correct about that. That's incorrect. I think this is 3.6 because didn't I pull in and take off right there and it was 3.6. We come back a little bit to start descending some. Well, we can still land on 3.6, but it's a bit downwind. Because that is 3.6. But with this plane, it's not too big of a deal. We have 7 knot winds, but I mean, It's okay. I ain't gonna have any trouble landing this plane right there. If I can land this thing on the beach, I'm sure I can land it here. If it's not 3.6, then I can always go around, but I think it is, and it is 3.6, okay?
Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, traffic experimental Golf Charlie Tango 1022.
I'm going a little
Final
faster,
runway
but
train
I'm going
6
to
to
use
land.
all this runway, no problem. I'm going to get lined up a little bit better. Full flaps in and dropping down to about 50. And not too bad. Make sure I slow down a little bit before I pull back to get my tail down, because what will happen is this plane will be wanting to take off again. Okay, let's go ahead and get a turn now. Ground handling is really good with this plane. As you can see, it just turns on a dime. Look at that. I'll take the headphones off now. EMFs or headphones. Man, I better watch out. I better watch out. Get a little impatient there and you see what's happening, huh? Keep that thing tame and slow it down. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go over to the left and park out that way somewhere. I should have some room for me right there on side that plane right there, so we can park right there. Wingspan kind of looks pretty large right here, doesn't it? Alright, let's go ahead and get things shut down. All of the switches off. Alright, so here we are back at the airport. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and drop a comment. And let me know if you do like these kind of videos or not. I could probably do something else like it. And as I was planning to do that kayaking one anyway. So, alright, thanks for watching. And until next time, bye for now.